Picking up this week, we can expect some rougher seas, but what else is in store weather-wise? I'll have all the details later on.
Imagine you need a decent amount of rain to grow something that size. I'm told the wet stuff is on its way. Lily's here to be the bearer of bad news. So Lily, what's on the horizon?
Well, you're right, we do likely have some showers this week, possibly some sunshine as well. It's nothing that out of the ordinary for this time of year because we're under this low pressure system. But something that is more unusual is this system here. It's called Hurricane Kirk. You may have heard it mentioned on some news platforms. Now, it is tracking eastwards. It's weakening into a more weaker storm to parts of France. We're talking in the region of around 100 millimetres, so expecting some disruption there, perhaps some flooding too. Now, at the moment, most of the models are predicting the most likely path of the system is avoiding us, so we're unlikely to see the very heavy rainfall unless in the more unusual scenario this does move northwards, but nevertheless something to keep an eye out for, and obviously some quite disruptive conditions are expected later on this week in parts of France.
Fingers crossed it does keep tracking that way. The other figures are coming for September, so it's not just wet as far as October is concerned, it was pretty soggy September as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was actually wetter than average for Jersey and for Guernsey, and there wasn't much sunshine around either. So about 90 millimetres of rain in Jersey, that's around 50% what we'd expect this time of year, and about 60 millimetres in Guernsey, so not quite as much, but still wetter than average. It was rather grey and dreary, not too much sunshine around, and temperatures are just shown there, so slightly below average, but nothing too out of the ordinary. As I said, this week, sunshine, showers, and rather breezy. Let's get all the details now. Well, we avoided most of the showers today, actually some bright, dry and sunny conditions for a time. Things should be clouding up though this evening, and the risk of some heavy and thundery showers. Feeling quite breezy over the next few days, tomorrow as well, especially looking a touch windier. But then by the end of the week, things are turning a bit cooler, but the weather also more settled. We'll notice some drier and brighter conditions from Friday into Saturday. Now, the reason for that is low pressure systems moving away. There's Storm Kirk, which is tracking, suspected to avoid us for the most part. Then we see this high pressure moving in, keeping at bay the wet weather, giving us some dry and settled conditions. Back to tonight then, it will be fairly breezy, risk of a thundery shower at the beginning, but that should clear off. Some clear spells overnight before after midnight we see the return of the wet weather. Winds moderate to fresh coming from a southerly direction, and minimum temperatures there of 14 and 15 degrees. Now tomorrow we should again have some bright spells, especially in the morning. Still the risk of a shower, and that risk actually increases as we head into the afternoon. Some of those showers may be quite heavy with some thunder possibly too. Breezy tomorrow, winds around a fresh force 5 to strong force 6 at times, and highs of 18 degrees. Let's get our times of high water. You can see the seas looking quite rough with the strong winds, but high tide between 9:30 and 10:30, later on between 10 and 11, and the sea temperature is at 16.3 degrees. So let's do a roundup. It is looking quite unsettled. Some showers posing risk over the next few days, but still some bright spells. Fairly breezy before the winds calm down and we get some drier and settled conditions into the weekend.